Hello, my name is Lloyd Chapman. I'm president and founder of the American Small Business League, and we wanted to talk to you a little bit today about something that we're very concerned about. We are anticipating and predicting that within the next few weeks, Barack Obama will sign legislation or policy that will essentially repeal the Federal Small Business Act as it currently stands and will divert billions of dollars in existing federal small business contracts to firms controlled by some of the nation's wealthiest investors. The National Venture Capital Association and its members have been lobbying Congress for quite some time now for just such a piece of legislation that will allow venture capitalist-backed firms to participate in federal small business contracting programs. I don't know about you, but I don't think that billionaire investors should be able to participate in government small business contracting programs. I don't think that's what Congress had in mind when they passed the Small Business Act in 1953. We're concerned that Congress right now is working on an emergency stimulus package that will include loopholes that will modify the existing federal definition of a small business, which is currently called independently owned, to allow firms that are actually not independently owned and firms that are controlled by wealthy venture capitalists to be allowed to participate in federal small business contracting programs. I don't know about you, but I wasn't too happy with the way the Wall Street bailout bill turned out. Nothing they told us that it was going to do has been true. Basically, billions of dollars went back in the hands of Wall Street executives that bankrupted their companies in the first place. The funds have been used to lobby Congress, and although they said it was one of the main reasons they wanted to pass the bailout bill was to increase access to capital for small businesses, I don't think one dime of that money went to small businesses. I think they're going to use the same tactic with this program. That's what I'm afraid of and what I'm predicting. I think they're going to try to ramrod this legislation through Congress like it's a big emergency. We've got to have an emergency bailout bill for the middle class. My guess is the media and the public will see that piece of legislation probably at best the day before it's voted on. We won't have time to oppose it. We won't have time to read it, and the media won't have time to vet it. And I'll just bet money that that piece of legislation has some loopholes in it that will modify the federal definition of independently owned, again, that will allow wealthy venture capitalists that have contributed millions and millions of dollars to Barack Obama, Nancy Pelosi, and dozens of other key Democratic leaders to begin to participate in federal small business contracting programs. Again, I'm thinking that this is going to be essentially the wholesale repeal of the Small Business Act for the average American small business. And I think it's going to divert billions of dollars away from our middle class into the hands of wealthy investors. A couple Sundays ago, I saw Carly Fiorina and Laura Tyson, two of the most well-respected economists in the country, on the Wolf Blitzer show on CNN. And they both agreed that if you want to create jobs in America, the easiest and quickest way is to take federal infrastructure dollars and give that money to small businesses. And of course, there's been a program on the books since 1953 to do exactly that. And of course, there's been 15 investigations that have found that most of that money goes to Fortune 500 corporations. And as opposed to finding a solution to that, we're concerned that Barack Obama may be now trying to create yet another loophole that will divert even more money away from the middle-class companies where most Americans work and where most of the jobs are created, back in the hands of some of his wealthiest contributors. So I hope you will join us in opposing any effort by Congress or President Obama to modify the existing federal definition of a small business as being independently owned, and oppose any effort on their part to pass legislation or policy that's going to divert federal small business contracts to VC-owned companies. And please don't be fooled if they try to do it with some type of emergency stimulus package or some type of middle-class bailout bill. We need to look for those loopholes because my guess is they're going to be in there. Thank you.